talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Hundreds of checks stolen from the mail at a local post office, and it turns out it was an inside job. This afternoon, we now know the post office supervisor at the center of the crime spree will be going to prison. Senior investigative reporter Bob Siegel was in federal court and explains how long the postal worker will spend behind bars.
As James Lancaster climbed the stairs to the federal courthouse in downtown Indianapolis, he was hoping a judge would offer leniency for a crime that crippled businesses on the northwest side of Indianapolis. 2 years ago, while Lancaster was the customer service manager at the New Augusta Post Office, he started taking checks right out of the mail. Court records show he stole at least 272 checks worth at least $1.7 million from 59 different businesses. Hospitals, utilities, car dealerships, a cancer research center, charities, and other local businesses all suffered significant damage when their checks were stolen from the post office and sold online. The owner of Fine Promotion says his business was impacted for months.
It's hard for anyone to understand what the business interruption is like to shut down your checking account. And plus, we had to change how we were doing business because we could no longer trust the post office.
After 13 Investigates reported on the rash of stolen and altered checks, federal investigators quickly focused on Lancaster, who admitted taking the checks and providing them to 2 accomplices in Illinois. Lancaster pled guilty to mail theft and conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Wednesday morning at his sentencing hearing, Lancaster cried as he told a federal judge, "I want everyone to know I am truly sorry for everything that's happened. I am embarrassed and ashamed of my own actions." His attorney asked the court to not send Lancaster to prison. The judge did not agree. Judge Tanya Walton-Pratt said Mr. Lancaster was in a position of trust at a busy post office, but showed nothing other than greed and disregard of the victims. She told the former postal worker, "It's important that individual victims see justice was served in this case." The judge sentenced Lancaster to serve 40 months behind bars.
Oh my gosh, it should be at least twice that.
Rob Fine believes that penalty is much too lenient.
He knew what he was doing, and he did it 200 times, for God's sakes.
Lancaster will begin serving his sentence within the next several months. He did not want to talk with 13 News after his court hearing, but he did tell me again he's sorry for his crime and that stealing the checks was, in his words, a big mistake. U.S. Attorney Zach Myers sees it differently.
Stealing almost 250 checks from the mail to the tune of almost $2 million, that's not a mistake. That is a series of repeated choices, a persistent pattern of felonious criminal behavior that the defendant chose to engage in every time he stole yet another check. So, I don't think that any argument that this was simply a mistake, has any validity.
This case may be over, but the impact on the U.S. Post Office will likely last much longer. Some of the victims we spoke to say they simply don't trust the post office anymore and will no longer do business there.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.